Okay, hi, it's Anya Divine here. Take two. Not sure what happened there, but when I was trying to fix the camera up again, it cut off. So hopefully there's a part one to this video. I'm doing the foxgloves. Can't really see them, but I wanted you to be able to focus on the picture. So I'm sticking together the two pieces of paper with some collage to begin with. Those foxgloves are very close together now at the back there. And I do want to get the vegetation down here, so I'm not going to make them massive. Something like that will do, I reckon. Gosh, can there be midges out already? Morning time. Just want to get more of a feel of the foxglove. Like really, this would be green if I want to get the bottom of the foxglove in. I just need bigger and bigger paper. I feel like I need a massive paper, massive board, massive studio. I mean, the garden is a good studio, isn't it? But it seems like I want things to be bigger and bigger and bigger. There we are. Okay, need a bit more glue on that as well. I was saying it's going to have threatening rain, but I'm just going to keep the faith now and hope that it'll stay dry enough for me to paint. Okay, and I think it will. Right, what am I going to do now? I suppose I could put, I was going to start messing around with the flowers there, but actually I'd say maybe a better place to begin might be down here in the foliage, just to put some sort of thing there. Let's see, what greens have we? So we've got sap green, fierce tight cover. There, got it open, good. Sap green looks like this. That's a good colour now really for the foxglove leaves, I think. I might need to mix it with something, but it seems like not a bad colour to begin with. Okay, and I'll just leave it straight from the tube there. I'm going to use a damp brush. Well, it's a bit more than damp, isn't it? See how it feels as I work with it. So half closing my eyes, I'm going to go with the dark corner down here. Let's stick a tiny bit of ultramarine blue in there just to capture the darkness a bit more clearly. I'm glad that I've got all this water because I feel like I'm going to thin that paint out quite a bit. Because it seems to me that it's more the colour of the leaves when it's transparent. So I've got way too much paint on there, I reckon. So I'm just lifting it off, letting it act as a reservoir for me to eat into, which is always something I love to do, to create the shape of things by lifting out spaces in between. Now the spaces in between here will probably end up being darker than the leaves themselves, so and the shed behind is lovely and dark as well, so that's a great foil. Yeah, definitely midges around. Okay, so in order to do, oh, that's interesting. It looks like the fence is along the line of the break in the paper. Maybe a bit higher. Okay, so I'm going to do the fence. I'm going to do the fence line with some Indian ink because it is It's a dark colour there in relation to the foxgloves especially. So this Indian ink now is watered down a little bit, and I'm using it on a paper towel to create the black of the fence. And I might even extend it with, what colour would that be? I think if I put yellow, maybe yellow ochre, in with the Indian ink, it'll give me something that looks a bit more like the colour of the fence below the dark cast iron line. Don't want it that thick though. Okay, so let's see what it's like now when I put the... That's okay. I want to get the straight line here too. And you can always use collage over. I'll use some more Indian ink. I can always use some collage over the background fence as well in order to get the flowers that are standing out in the foreground. No, what's that? Oh yeah, so this is the tallest foxglove. I'm just trying to find some of the leaves there. And then maybe I'll put some brown burnt umber. With a dry brush, I'll scumble that on because it's darker in the background there again. It's probably a bit too dirty. Try another little bit of paper for the foxglove, the light coloured one that's there. I could describe that in a few torn pieces maybe. It's a bit like brush strokes. I like to try and do things in one move, but for this foxglove it seems to me as though it might be more characterful of it if I was to let it be in a few different pieces of collage. So let's see. Better take off that. So this is PVA glue I'm using. Take off the masking tape now. Oh, I pulled off some of the paper there. So I just reinstate those. There's a leaf, is there? There's a nice delicate leaf extending across the fence post there. Oh, that'll work if I'm not doing the... Do you know what? I'm going to leave it down below the fence post because I might end up doing the brown of the fence behind there. Okay. What was I going to do there? I was going to put on the few pieces for the foxglove. The white one that's lower down. I was saying about just using one brush stroke to describe things, but in this instance it seems to me like it's looking for more than one brush stroke. It looks, or more than one torn piece of paper, because there's a kind of a slight movement. I think it goes like that. And so that feels truer to me now. And then there are purplish ones. Do you know, I had put aside some collage paper inside in the studio, but I won't bother getting it now. I think I'll work with what I've got here. Sometimes it's good having a restriction, you know, and I can always paint the colour I want. Anyway, I've got loads of paint here. In fact, I might not rest on my laurels too much now. The rain is a good threat really, because it'll keep me on my toes a small bit. Right, now I'm excited by the edge of the studio meeting the foxglove there. So which will I do? Will I do the dark background? Yeah, I don't need masking tape yet. I'm going to do the dark background. I will paint it the colour that it is, I think. And it'll allow me to make the edge of the it'll allow me to create an edge in the of the foxgloves as well. Just to decide what's happening there. So the flowers come all the way down to just above the fence post. And there's that one that extends above it there. I'm going to lighten this background colour because in actual fact it's lighter than the fence below it. I'm just going to turn around. Put some orange there. So I think it has that quality, that slightly orangey feel. And while it's there now, I could also wipe away some of that splashed down paint up here. It creates a nice effect, doesn't it? Okay. And there will be a little bit of this colour in between those two flowers as well. The background fence and here. I suppose while it's upside down I could put on some of this green ink as well. Oh, I spilled it on the piano stool. Alright, let's see now. I think that orange is a bit bright. I'm going to lift it off a little. Yeah, I love working with acrylic for the reasons of pattern and texture that you can make by lifting off. That's one of the reasons I like working with acrylic paint. I was just thinking, I suppose this might qualify as a landscape, being outdoors. I'm teaching a landscape course at the moment. Well, starting on Sunday. So I might choose to share this as part of that. It's great when you've got something on your doorstep that you can paint, because it means you're not having to lug everything around. I'm very fortunate having this little building in my garden. It operates as an alfresco dining spot for me as well. Now I want to put a bit more brown. This is a foam brush I got in a box of materials that my friend Susan gave me. It's kind of handy. Those are cheap brushes. Sorry, sis. That's about the only cheap thing in the box. If it was, but I've bought a few of these before and I found them really useful for the, they're good value. Good coverage and everything. Okay, so there's a knocking back and pulling out that happens all the way through the painting process, and that's what's happening here. Is a bit of knocking back, even knocking back the green of the foxglove that I was so pleased with earlier. but I think it's okay to do that because I might end up putting masking tape there and painting the shed, the brightness of the shed up to meet that. Now I'd say I could use some yellow. Oh my goodness. You didn't get splashed, did you? I thought I could bring some yellow into that green in the area of the foxgloves, just to get the more truly the colour that they are. I'm not pressing it too hard in the collage because I don't want to lift off the foxglove, but I do want to put on some brighter colour. I think maybe the cadmium orange. Oh my goodness, if I can open it. There we are. Cadmium orange mixed with some white might be the thing there. If I've got white, have I got white? I know I do somewhere now. Yeah. Here she is. Oh, do you know what I just remembered I've got as well is these lovely stencils and some more collage paper. I forgot about this box of tricks here. So well, no, I suppose it's too late to be using the collage. I suppose it's too late to be using the stencils on this side, but I could maybe use them in a minute, and I'm putting on some yellow ochre over the top. I could stipple on a pattern. I quite enjoyed that with the boats the other day. I'm just going to stick that on as well.